Well, good evening, all. It's Tuesday night, 6 minutes after 8. It's the old redneck. Now, we're going to talk about a few things I like to call hypocrisy. You know, uh, people talking out of both sides of their mouth. We're going to start with this Black Lives Matter. Hopefully, that'll be the last thing I say about it. They keep saying they care about all blacks and all this stuff, but as I've said on my other videos, you don't see them talking about the black on black crimes. You don't hear them saying anything about say their names about the 12 to 14 blacks that got killed by looters during their riots this last week or so. But they all jump up and down because of the fact they can spray paint their slogans all over the street and nobody can say anything. To me, that's a prime level of hypocrisy. Besides being stupid. Yeah, we'll get down some more hypocrisy about them. There's a member of their group, one of their activists, has his name in the papers many times, his photo on the news and all this stuff talking for him. His name is Sean King, or something like that. Well, there's an article in the Washington Post and Fox News and all that where he gave an interview with some uncomfortable facts and figures that I've mentioned before that nobody seems to want to listen to, especially all these well-to-do white folks that are fawning all over themselves with their white guilt and how they want to stand there holding protest signs and all this other crap just try to make amends for something that happened 400 years ago. The fact is that all the cities that have the most police brutality against blacks are all run by Democrats. And that came from one of their own activists. It's information I've researched and found to be basically true. But then you listen to Speaker Pelosi and her crowd about how they respect Black Lives Matter and all this other horseshit. Well, if Democrats respected blacks so much, why do we have the problems we have in Democratic-run cities? When is the last time any of those Democrat-run cities actually kept any of the promises they make to their citizens? Granted, 90% of the politicians, Republican and Democrat, don't keep their promises. That seems to be a political thing. But why do people keep voting the same ones in? Because it makes them feel better? Maybe this time will be different. I don't think so. I think it's because they got everybody programmed. Vote for me, I will set you free. Seemed to be a buzzword I heard back in the 60s or something like that. I don't know. Kind of sounds like something you'd hear then. But then let's go to the last part of the hypocrisy. We've all been through this shelter in place. Wearing a mask. COVID-19. You get arrested if you're within 6 feet of somebody. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. If that's the case, if that's the law, why did we have a week worth of rioting and nobody getting arrested for it? Didn't see anybody getting arrested for not wearing a mask, and I saw a lot of them not wearing any in TV broadcasts. Oh, and I didn't see any of them 6 feet apart. especially when they're looting the stores. But no, I guess that was allowed. Protesters are immune to the COVID-19, I guess. But Joe's barbershop down the street, and Leroy's Bar and Grill down there can't open up till the government says so because they might spread the COVID-19. Does that sound like a little bit of hypocrisy? Or does it sound like pandering? The people in this country need to wake up and realize they're eating shit and thinking it's a prime rib. Every time these politicians open their mouth, we're taking it all and say, please, sir, can we have another? That was good. Give me another one. Do some thinking. Do some research. Before we lose this country, people. You're letting the thugs take over. You're bowing to every one of their wishes. You're destroying our history. And you're making yourself look like jackasses. I've said this before. Things happen in the past to all races. We can all get through it. But we have to use our brains to do so. Quit being so damn sensitive to what anybody says. What was that old saying your granny used to say? Sticks and stones may break our bones, but words will never kill me. Or something like that. We all need to grow up, look at the world, and make something of ourselves. These rich people that are making all these speeches and Instagram things about how Black Lives Matters and donating money to bail them out of jail and all this other shit. Why don't you put that money to better use in the inner cities? You say you care about the black people, then put your money where your damn mouth is. Or in some of these cases, where your ass is, because that's how you made it. You know? You got speechwriters telling you to talk the talk and all that shit, but you can't walk it. When's the last time any of you high mucky mucks or people with a lot of money did anything on your own without somebody telling you it was time to do it? It'd make you look good on the 6 o'clock news. You know? You want to help out, get down in the trenches. Get your hands dirty. Get out of your gated communities and actually see what reality looks like. Yeah, you guys are all great at saying defund the police, la la la, yeah, down with the pigs and all that stuff. You all travel with your own private security. Get your head out of the clouds and take a sniff of reality. It sometimes stinks. Get rid of the hypocritical attitude, people, or the double standard. The laws are meant for all people. If we work at it, we can make it work for all people. Just because you got a few bad cops doesn't mean they're all bad. Just like you got a few bad actors in Hollywood. But we still pay to see the movies, don't we? We still pay for our HBO and Showtime and all that crap. Got a lot of bad talk show hosts on these TV shows and radio shows, but we all still tune in because we might actually hear something we agree with. You know? Give it some thought. If I'm wrong, tell me so. You got a comment? Leave it below. Send me an email, Bitch me out? Go ahead. It's redneckrebel1956 at gmail.com. You want to subscribe? Subscribe. I never know what I'm going to talk about. I don't ever use a script. You got a topic you want me to talk about? Do it. You want to pass this on to people? Feel free. I don't care. I've been told I'm an obnoxious redneck and a racist and everything else. Nothing anybody's going to say is going to hurt me. You know? I care about a few things. I care about God. I care about my country. I care about my wife. I care about my family. Other than that, don't really give a rat's ass. So, I have opinions on just about everything, just like everybody else. And I tend to speak my mind once in a while. But for now, it's the old redneck. I want you all to remember the military overseas. Remember the vets coming home. The ones that have been home for a while. You see a veteran, give them a hand up, not a hand out. All they're looking for is to assimilate back into the civilian life. Treat your neighbors as you wish to be treated. And maybe we'll all get through this. For now, good night all. Redneck out.